This is the Vsb TV 11 News for Tuesday, May 6th. I'm Peter Cattell. Our top story. BCM McAlpine, the Bermudian arm of Sir Robert McAlpine's global construction firm, said this evening that due to a number of design challenges around the mechanical installation of the new acute care wing, which had been resolved, the contractors, Paget Health Services, of which BCM McAlpine is a major partner, had suffered a delay and additional costs which are wholly their responsibility. The firm said it was confident that there would be no adverse impact on the integrity of the final design or the quality of the construction, which would be inspected by independent advisors. Alan Burland, president of BCM McAlpine, added that his company will continue with its other construction operations in Bermuda following the support that it has received from Sir Robert McAlpine Holdings for the King Edward redevelopment project. A large crowd of adults and school students flocked to the Cabinet office this lunch hour while the OBA Cabinet was in weekly session to support a silent protest about scholarship cuts organized by the opposition PLP. Shadow Minister of Education, Levita Fogo, Education Minister Dr. Grant Gibbons, and Cedarburg student Stephanie Taylor had the opportunity to speak, and it was not perhaps surprising that Dr. Gibbons' words generated the most heat.
It is important that we assist our locals here to ensure that they are always first and foremost the #1 choice when it comes to receiving jobs here in Bermuda. And key for ensuring that they have those jobs is ensuring first that they have the necessary qualifications to take on those jobs. So I think it was very timely and also prudent to have this sit in here today to show the OBA government and to tell the minister how important it is to have that funding in place so that people can get on and qualify for positions here in Bermuda.
The fact of the matter is that the $700,000 that was spent a couple of years ago was simply unsustainable. In that year, which the Shadow Minister referred to, the Department of Education overspent its budget by some $3 million. As you know, we simply can't continue to spend at that rate, and in fact I think one of the problems the current government has is they've been handed a real mess by the former government who overspent. No, it's true. It's true.
You looked under the hood yet?
I have.
How long are you going to look under the hood?
And I think until we recognize economic reality here, we need to have a sustainable situation. Unfortunately, the current students are suffering as a consequence of spending that went on before. But we're going to do our best to deal with that. We'll also look to see if we can make some additional savings this year and see if there's additional money we can put in this direction. But I think you all understand that there are current students in the system right now. We cannot shortchange them either, and that's why we've put additional money into professional development. We are putting additional money into early childhood education, and we are looking to make sure that we improve the quality of education for those students that are in the system.
The majority of us have high expectations, goals, and dreams that may only be fulfilled with the assistance of these scholarships. We plan to go to college or university, achieve undergrad or graduate degrees that will enable us to become the future successful leaders of this country, our beautiful home. Please keep in mind that these scholarships are the only avenue that a large percentage of us will have to achieve higher education. Without a vision, the people perish.
Volunteer searchers from the Somerset community joined police and others in a series of coordinated searches today for the missing Canadian visitor William Grange. The first left from Cambridge Beaches at 11 a.m. and took in property around Willowbank, 9 Beaches, Westover Farm and Dockyard, as well as the Cambridge Beaches area. Another search was due to leave the Cambridge Beaches at 6 p.m. and again it is expected there will be a number of area residents taking part. Meanwhile, additional police have been brought in as police follow up on alleged sightings in the eastern parishes, and they are making use of their canine officers and their dogs in all searches. It is now 4 days since the 67-year-old went missing while taking a nighttime stroll in the grounds of Cambridge Beaches. With 9,000 residents suffering from asthma in Bermuda and many of their hospital visits being avoidable through proper training and medication, there is every reason on earth that Bermuda should be one of the 80 nations acknowledging World Asthma Day today. Health Minister Trevor Moniz tried to bring home in his official proclamation that people do not have to suffer in despair.
The prevalence of asthma is escalating around the world and has reached epidemic level. In Bermuda, asthma is the most common long-term condition affecting over 9,000 people. 1 in 5 children and approximately 1 in 10 adults have asthma. This is one of the highest rates of asthma in the world. More people miss time from school or work due to asthma than any other disease. And more prescriptions are filled for asthma than for any other disease. Additionally, poorly controlled asthma is a huge burden on healthcare costs. There were over 2,000 visits to the emergency room for asthma last year. Each of these visits could have been prevented, and each tells us we still have a lot of work to do. Open Airways' theme for World Asthma Day this year is Why Wheeze When Asthma is Treatable. Too many people think they have to cough and wheeze every day because they have asthma. This is not true. Here in Bermuda, we are lucky to have access to medications to control asthma, which are safe and effective.
Over the past 100 years, 1,500 community foundations have sprung up in North America to enable companies and individuals to donate to a central fund that makes grants to local charities. The concept has finally come to Bermuda through the Bermuda Community Foundation, and already $250,000 has become available for grants. Dr. Myra Virgil explained the concept today to Hamilton Rotarians and later spoke to Vsb News' Brian Darby.
There are 2 types of giving. We need the people who are giving out of their pockets every day. We need those people, but we also need to have a plan where we are investing and building on what we have. And if we'd done that years ago, then we might have a really big pot to invest and earn something off of and to make grants from.
Any rough idea how much you'd need before you could start working on the grants?
We have already started to make some donor-directed grants, and I want to make that distinction. Those are donors who said, we have some money, we want you to manage this for us. That's a service that we do. This year, that will be about $500,000. We anticipate also as a community foundation, meaning not donor-directed, but where we run a process, people can apply online, they can see what we have available of about $250,000. So that's really exciting. That's today. People I know are saying we're hurting today as well, and you know it is tough, I think, for people to think, well, this will only help a year or 2 years from now. So we do 2 things. We make grants now, and we get a lot of support for that from donors, but we also are thinking how can we continue to make grants in the long term.
Right. Not just a one-off, is it?
That's right.
Now, of course, the corporate people would find this a tremendous relief, but the charities themselves, there's some brilliant people running charities, exhausted with the effort of raising funds, and sometimes to the detriment of the real purpose of the charity.
You're very knowledgeable in this. One of the things that charities said to us that would be helpful is that if you don't know where your source of funds is coming from, you can spend an awful lot of time writing letters and not knowing where they're going. Is this something that this group or this person even supports or cares about? And so it does take you off mission. This is we think of the Community Foundation as a support arm to other fundraising efforts. So you'd have your saving account, your checking account, your endowed. You know, you have different ways of raising money, and you should. So this is just one additional way to help raise money.
Still ahead on the TV 11 News is Rachel with the weather preview.
Thanks, Peter. Mainly fair winds increase later tonight. And looking at the radar, not much activity, so expected to be dry. Will these conditions continue? Stay tuned to find out.
The weather radar picture provided courtesy of the Ministry of Transport on Vsb TV 11.
You can count on us. Save $2 on red ripe slicing tomatoes, only $2.99 per pound. Great on the grill, fresh Purdue chicken leg quarters, only $1.79 per pound. Multi-meal Tutti Fruttis or Apple Zing cereal, only $3.29 for a 12.5-ounce box. For your baking needs, Blue Botted margarine sticks, 1-pound box, only $1.69. Big savings of $1.31 on Libby's regular mayonnaise, 32-ounce jar, only $4.49. All stores open till 10 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
Noah's Ark Feed and Supply at Marsh Lane, Devonshire, with the best selection of pet supplies in Bermuda. Tropical fish enthusiasts will find everything for building the perfect aquarium, large or small. Noah's Ark can feed your pets with quality brand name foods, as well as providing them with nutritional supplements and grooming supplies to keep them looking and feeling their best. Don't forget playtime. Your dogs, cats, birds, and other family favorites will love the toys and activity items too. Noah's Ark Feed and Supply, #1 on every animal lover's list, open till 6 nightly.
The following vignette was taken from Bermuda 5 Centuries by Rosemary Jones and other local history sources, and is sponsored by Belco, the power to save, Lindo's, why go anyplace else, Gosling's, Bermuda Investment Advisory Services, and Colonial Insurance.
We here are an oligarchy, or government of the people, by the few, for the few, at the expense of the people. Dr. Edgar Fitzgerald Gordon.
The Norwegian breakaway, it can now be reported, has managed to make up time lost in the Sunday docking problem in New York City, which delayed her departure for Bermuda, and will be arriving in Bermuda waters on time at 7 a.m. The only effect that the 4,000 passengers will have experienced was the cancellation of the ship's anniversary party on Sunday night. Otherwise, it has been the perfect cruise, and there will be 2 extra ferries available tomorrow evening for those who wish to come into Hamilton for the first harbor nights of the season. Popular entertainer Jimmy Keys started his career on this side of the Atlantic as the entertainment in the Henry VIII pub restaurant some 30 years ago. Now he has come full circle, because after years of building a stellar reputation on the East Coast after leaving Bermuda, the British comedian and singer has returned to do a 3-week stint at the Red Restaurant and Bar on Front Street. The first 2 nights have been sellouts, but since he performs every night except Wednesdays and Fridays, there will be ample opportunity to become reacquainted. Vsb News' Brian Darby asked his old friend how he's enjoying the experience.
You started your kind of North American journey in Bermuda.
Yes.
And in those days it was a restaurant bar, and you turned that into a major success and got to do other things. But
thanks.
How many years later, I hate to think, but 30 maybe,
yeah.
You're back in a bar restaurant in Bermuda doing what you do best.
Yeah, it's this is something different for me. I'm really enjoying it already. I haven't played in a bar for a long time, so in the States I'm doing a lot of private parties and, theaters, stuff like that, and I don't really play in any bars, but so it's kind of nice to go back to my roots.
Well, the restaurant is
yeah, it's a restaurant with a bar, and it's a really cool place, Red. Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Has the audience changed from, say, 30 years ago at the Henry VIII?
Well, yeah, I guess a lot of people have left, obviously, or maybe some have passed on. But no, there's, for instance, there's a gentleman who used to live in Bermuda who now lives in Switzerland. He happened to be on the island with his corporate group, and he found out, so he's booked 25 people in tonight. So, yeah, there's still a lot around who remember me.
Does it change your whole attitude when you're doing that kind of thing that a bar and a restaurant demands, not the same as a theatre? And do you change your act at all?
Oh yeah, it's funny, all this stuff from years ago comes flooding back in my mind. I just never forget it. Bermuda's in my blood. So some of the sayings and things about Bermuda come flooding back. I don't even have to look it up. Think about it.
What makes them laugh here wouldn't necessarily make them laugh in Chicago.
Maybe not. I did the moped song last night, which we a friend of mine wrote years ago, driving on the left-hand side, and of course a lot of the local kids have never heard that, especially the staff working there, they were cracking up.
Now, here's a look at the daily markets, presented by Bias.
Here are the daily markets presented by Bias. Stock markets around the world fell on Tuesday, with U.S. shares extending their decline in the afternoon trading on persisting geopolitical uncertainty. U.S. stocks dropped, pressured by financial shares following disappointing results from American International Group. The S&P 500 declined 0.9% to 1,868. The Nasdaq fell 1.38% to 4,081. 23,336 shares of Bank of N.T. Butterfield traded on the Bermuda Stock Exchange. The stock price fell 3.02% to $2.05. 3,633 shares of Summers Limited changed hands. The price fell 6.12% to $13. European stocks declined as concern grew that the Ukraine conflict will lead to a trade war between Russia and the West, offsetting better than estimated corporate earnings. Asian stocks rose, with trading volume curbed by holidays in Japan and Hong Kong. The Shanghai Composite rose 0.03% to 2,028. Latin American indices were mixed on Tuesday. The Vsb rose 0.61% as state-controlled companies surged amid speculation that Brazil's President Dilma Rousseff will lose her re-election bid. Longer-term Treasury securities rose, with the yield on the 30-year bond approaching the lowest in 11 months, before Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen testifies to Congress tomorrow on the U.S. economic outlook. The U.S. dollar fell against major trading partners as this year's forecast increase in Treasury yields fails to materialize, and reports show improvement in Spain's economy. That was a look at the daily markets presented by Bias. Season to Taste is next after the break.
Finding great deals in Bermuda has never been easier.
Hey, wow, you're looking sharp today.
Thanks. With all the money I've saved shopping here, I bought myself a new suit and a new car.
Phoenix Center's basement carries a wide range of items for household and kitchen.
Hang on, where did you park that car?
Well, funny you should mention that.
Don't tell me, don't tell me.
Barbecue grills and accessories, small appliances, bedding sets, camping gear, school supplies, tools, a huge variety of stationery, and so much more.
Is it time to knock off yet? This price driving me crazy.
All from selected vendors and manufacturers who supply only the highest quality merchandise. These are the name companies that you've come to know and trust and return to again and again. And we're always looking to source even more affordable products to offer you, our customers. Come see us today. We're located in the basement of the Phoenix Center on Reed Street.
Delicious in the slow cooker, fresh XL pork shoulder roast, only $3.99 per pound. Save $4 each on whole seedless watermelons, only $2.99 each. Save 85 cents on Heinz ketchup, 20-ounce easy squeeze bottle, only $3.29. The Snack for Life La yogurt, all varieties, only 99 cents for a 6-ounce tub. Save $2.30 on your choice of regular, diet, or zero Coca-Cola soda. 6 packs, only $4.99. All stores open until 10 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
Buying a new bike? Go with the company that offers brand name quality and great after-sales service. Oleander Cycles. Whether you're a daily commuter looking for a reliable ride or business owner sourcing wheels for your delivery team, you'll find bikes to suit your needs at Oleander Cycles. Oleander carries quality bikes from respected manufacturers PGO and TGB, and a full line of accessories from helmets to top boxes and baby seats. Just as important as the bike is the service behind it. Oleander delivers with 7-day-a-week service in our 4 locations, same-day service with appointment, an extensive inventory of parts, and a 6-month warranty on new bikes. Visit our Hamilton or Paget showroom today. Best bikes, best service, Oleander Cycles.
Bermuda is an easy way to find great discounts while discovering fun activities to do in Bermuda.
Discover the best spas, restaurants, activities, services, and shops at 50% off.
Sign up to Bermuda and start saving today.
Season 2 Taste is next.
Season to Taste with Peter Javetic, an exclusive presentation of Lindo's group of companies.
Hi, I'm Peter Javetic, host of Season to Taste. We're here at the Bermuda Gas Showrooms on Serpentine Road, and I have young Bermudian chef Damien Simmons with me from the Ocean Echo restaurant in the Reefs complex. Damien, what are we doing today?
Well, today, Peter, we're going to put together a crab and wild mushroom risotto. It's got a little twist to it. We're going to put some, infuse it with a little bit of coconut. Okay. So, when we're starting our traditional risotto, we actually want to spread off some onions and some garlic just to get some flavors going, and also a little bit of fresh thyme. And then after that, we want to deglaze it with a little bit of white wine and put the dry rice in, and then we gradually add the stock.
Now you're going to get all of that started in a bit of butter, right?
Yes, sir.
Got to have your butter.
Got to have some sort of fat, and butter is definitely your butter makes life better. You know? So what we're going to do is, this is a little bit of seafood stock, being that
I'll stir it for you, it's okay.
Yeah,
good. I like to do some work.
I actually like to put you to work sometimes. You know? Okay, I have some wild mushrooms here. So it's some cremini mushrooms, which is dried. So I just soak them into a little bit of water just to dehydrate them, and a little bit of button mushrooms. So I sauteed all that together with some onions and garlic and some fresh thyme just to build more flavor into the risotto. So while that's cooking, we're just going to keep adding the stock.
Because the rice will absorb the stock, it will keep absorbing, so you just add a little bit at a time.
Now what we want to do is, the crab meat is already cooked, so we don't have to, we can add this at any time, preferably when the risotto is 3/4 of the way cooked. So what we're going to do is add a little fresh Parmesan Reggiano.
Now don't forget, all of these recipes are available at lindos.bn.
And here is the twist on this dish. We're going to add a little bit of coconut milk inside. That's going to build a lot of flavor. It's almost going to take over, so you don't really need too much.
Now we need to turn this down just a tad, because what we want is a light simmer on this dish, and then the rice will absorb all of the liquids very, very gently.
I'm going to add a little bit of
flaked coconut. Is that toasted?
Yes, sir. Toasted coconut inside.
I love the way this guy cooks.
And we're also going to add some fresh chives inside.
Well, chef?
Well,
I think it's time to plate.
Okay.
Lovely. That looks so good. It really, really does. And this could actually be a main course, couldn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's that good.
Because it's got the crab and it's got the wild mushrooms for garnish purposes.
A little bit more of the toasted coconut. Roasted toasted coconut.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And here is the garnish, a little Parmesan chewy.
This has been Season to Taste with Damien Simmons' wonderful risotto.
Season to Taste with Peter Javetic is an exclusive presentation of Lindo's group of companies, featuring Gosling's Wine of the Week, a Vsb Tv 11 production recorded on location at the Bermuda Gas Showrooms.
The Wine of the Week is presented by Gosling's.
Welcome to Gosling's Wine of the Week. I'm here with Mike Morris. Mike, Chef Damien has prepared this lovely risotto. It's got some wild mushrooms in it, it's got coconut and some crab. What have you paired?
Well, today we thought we'd do something a little different. Today we have the 2012 Bonterra Viognier. This certified organic wine we thought would pair nicely with this because, again, it's organic, so it's a bit rustic and earthy, but then it has some really, really wonderful peachy and creamy apricot aromatics that we thought would go really nice with this dish.
Okay, let's give it a go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that is excellent. That is Truly excellent. You should really try this. Until next time, season to taste.
The retail price is $18.75 and is available at Lindo's and Gosling stores.
The Wine of the Week was presented by Gosling's.
Bermuda Gas is proud to be the authorized distributor of KitchenAid products in Bermuda. Every product that carries the KitchenAid name is guaranteed to be strong, reliable, versatile, and backed by 90 years of quality and excellence. KitchenAid believes that preparing meals together is one of life's greatest pleasures, so they craft their products to enhance this experience. No one knows the kitchen like KitchenAid, and no one in Bermuda knows KitchenAid like Bermuda Gas.
Bermuda Gas, the clear choice. Visit us at 25 Serpentine Road or online at bermudagas.bm.
To celebrate Earth Day, the Bermuda National Trust, with the support of event sponsor Marshall Deal and Myers Limited, asked Bermuda school students to create videos highlighting environmental issues. Vsb Tv 11 is proud to air the best videos submitted on Thursday, May the 8th at 10 a.m. and 9 p.m. and repeated on Sunday, May the 11th at 8 p.m. Sponsored by Belco, Lindo's, and Auto Solutions. People and Places with Charles Webb, Mondays in the Vsb Tv 11 Evening News at 7:30, 8:30 and midnight. Sponsored by Big Saving Zone at the end of Stocks Road, St. David's.
With the Bermuda Day Marathon only weeks away, the likelihood of longtime champion runner Chris Estwanek taking part is regarded as slim, which will disappoint his many local supporters. Vsb sports editor Mike Sharp asked him what was wrong and what it all meant to his running future.
I think it's very slim at this point. So what I did was I have a fracture in my back, stress-related injury from obviously the years and years of running, but I had just one incident where I jumped over a railway trail barrier and landed kind of funny, and that was kind of the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back, literally. Not like to refer to myself as a camel, but at any rate, so yeah, it's touch and go at the moment. I've been 4 weeks with no running, doing a little bit of cross-training. The doctors are letting me do that now, which is nice to keep mentally sane, and really from there it's just now I've got 3 weeks till the race, so everything I've read and everything the doctors have said should say that it would be a very tough decision, but really it wouldn't make any sense to run because it could do long-term damage, and I do still have a lot of years of running left in me. That said, obviously it's sports, things happen, so if in 2 weeks time I get their blessing to start trying to jog on it or something, and it starts getting better, then maybe I'd consider it. But at this stage, I would put it as a very slim possibility.
Very slim possibility.
Yep.
When the adrenaline gets pumping, it gets around a week and a half away. Instead of going out there to win, like big time for the record, if you do get to do some light jogging, maybe just run to win.
Well, I'd consider. I mean, obviously there's a quality competition, so even in my sort of current state, if I was able to get back out the running, I mean, I'd obviously just try to do my best, and wherever I would place, it would be what it would be. Incredibly disappointing because me, I'm kind of all or nothing type guy, and where I was in my training indicated there were some big things I was going to be able to do this year. So, in fact, I had done 16, 17-mile runs coming through the half marathon in 1:07. So. Yeah, who knows, does that mean I could have run 1:05, 1:06, and, I won't know this year, it doesn't appear, but, it means that there's a lot of running still left in me, and one of the things I've noticed, everybody saw that an almost 39-year-old won the Boston Marathon the other day, so even though I'm 34, and
You've got time.
Yeah, exactly, even though I feel like I'm getting on in age and the body's starting to ache a bit, I still have some more good years of running left in me, so I don't want to screw that up.
That should do it. Enjoy your new shower.
Experience the bold look of Kohler at a Kohler registered showroom.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's VSB weather forecast. Our weather shot is brought to us by Lisa Whitehead, taken at 3:30 this afternoon at Paget, looking across South Shore. Beautiful, beautiful colors, Bermuda blues, I like to call it, as we had the winds coming out of the north, so South Shore, Nice flat, calm waters, beautiful blues, and not a cloud in the sky. I hope everybody got a chance to be outside for a little bit today to enjoy it. Thank you, Lisa, for sharing this gorgeous shot with us. Temperatures for today, we had a high of 71 at 1:30 in the afternoon and a low of 66 at 7 in the morning. Current conditions, 69 degrees, humidity 60%, winds west-southwest 8 to 12 knots, and barometric pressure is steady at 29.98 inches. Rainfall index for the month of May, 0.79 for a yearly total of 21.82 inches. Yearly normal for this time is 19.12 inches. And looking at the satellite. A ridge of high pressure over the area will maintain mainly fair and dry conditions into the weekend, although a weak trough passing Wednesday morning may bring a few light showers. Those of you who are traveling, taking a look at the gateway cities, Atlanta, sunny and 86. Boston, mostly sunny, 63. Charlotte, partly cloudy, 85. London, partly cloudy and 63. Miami, 86, mostly sunny. New York, 66, also mostly sunny. Orlando, 91, partly cloudy. Philadelphia, mostly cloudy, 67. Toronto, mostly cloudy and 50. And Washington, mostly cloudy and 68 degrees. I'm back at home tonight, partly cloudy with a low near 65. Winds west-southwest, 8 to 12 knots, and then sort of backing northwest, 10 to 15 knots. And tomorrow, mix of sun and cloud with 1 or 2 morning showers, high near 73. Winds north-northwest, 12 to 18 knots, and then veering northerly and veering northerly again, north-northeast, and decreasing to 8 to 12 knots overnight. Marine tonight, no warnings. Seas inside the reef, 1 to 2 feet. Seas outside the reef, 3 to 5 feet. Sea surface temperature is 72 degrees. Marine tomorrow, seas inside the reef, 1 to 2 feet. Seas outside the reef, 3 to 5 feet. Low tide will be at 9:39 in the morning, and high tide will be at 3:34 in the afternoon. Taking a look at the 5-day forecast. Thursday, mostly sunny, high near 73. Friday, mostly sunny, high near 74. Saturday, mix of sun and cloud, high near 75. And Sunday also mixes of sun and cloud with a high near 75. I'd like to thank our meteorologist for tonight, Michelle Pitcher, and I just want to wish a big happy birthday to my good friend Justin Brangman. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Rachel Sodden. Have a great evening.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll look forward to your company tomorrow night. Good night.
Peter Cattell's attire courtesy of A.S. Cooper & Sons Limited.
Vsb TV 11, Bermuda.